Good morning, students. Today we are going to study lesson number 2, that is health and diseases. So what is meant by health? Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness and not merely the absence of any disease. If you are not having any disease, means we should not think that we are healthy. Healthiness means our complete, we should be physically, mentally and social well-beingness should be there. Then only we are said to be healthy. Now disease. What is meant by disease? Condition of disturbances in physiological or psychological processes of body is called as disease. Each disease has its own specific symptoms. See what is meant by disease? Disease means there is a disturbance in our physical state or in psychological state. We are getting some disturbance and that disturbance of our body is called as the condition of disease. So each disease has its own specific symptoms. Symptom means signs. Signs of diseases are different for different diseases. Now we'll study about the types of diseases. The types of diseases there are according to duration and according to reasons. So we'll see according to duration. Duration means time, period. So according to duration there are two types of diseases. They are chronic disease and acute disease. Chronic disease means they are for a longer period of time. See the disease such as cancer. This disease is for longer period of time. It will not get cured within short period of time. And acute disease means they are for shorter period. For example, fever, etc. And according to reasons, there are two types: hereditary diseases and acquired diseases. Hereditary diseases means they are genetic diseases. They are transferred from parents to their children. Example is Down's syndrome. So in acquired diseases, again there are two types, that is infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases, example common cold, flu, dengue, etc. These diseases spread from one person to another through infection. And non-infectious diseases, they are specific to a person. For example, diabetes, heart disease. These diseases are only particular to that person. They will not spread from one person to another. Now, we will study about the infection through sputum. How it will take place through the sputum. Whenever a person cough, that time he will spit in the air. That time what will happen? Some small droplets as well as some large droplets also come out. So small droplets, they are light in weight, so they go up in the air. And in this area what will happen? Small droplets are vaporized into fine mist. They vaporize and they become converted into mist and remain in the air. And this mist remains in the air for several minutes to few hours. Hours together, these small droplets remain in the air as a mist. And large droplets, they are little bit heavy in weight, so they settle on the ground within few seconds. So in this way, the infection takes place through sputum from one person to another person. So whenever we are going to cough, we have to cover our mouth and nose with a cloth. Now we will study about the infectious diseases. So these infectious diseases, the diseases spread through contaminated air, water, food or vectors. Vectors means what? Insects and other animals are called as infectious diseases. So we will see what is meant by contaminated. Contaminated means the air, water or food which contain the germs causing diseases. The disease causing germs, if they are present, then that is called as contaminated. So the diseases spread through contaminated air, water, food or vectors, they are called as infectious diseases. Even some insects or animals, they are also responsible for spreading infectious diseases. So we'll study some of the infectious diseases. So that is first of all tuberculosis. In short we call it as TB. So this tuberculosis is caused by the pathogen. Pathogen means what? The disease causing germ. The disease causing germ is called as pathogen. And the tuberculosis is caused by the pathogen Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So we can see in the picture here. See, this is the picture of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This bacteria, if they enter in our body, and then they can cause the disease of our lungs. That is tuberculosis. So how the infection takes place? Spitting by patient and through air, prolonged contact with and sharing of materials of patient. See, if we come in contact with any patient of TB and he spits in front of us, then there is a chance through air the droplets, they will enter into our body and we can get the disease. And if we are in the contact with the TB patient, if we share the materials such as cloths, utensils, other materials with the patient, then there is a chance of getting tuberculosis. Now we'll see the symptoms. Symptoms means signs. The signs of the disease tuberculosis are chronic cough. Chronic cough means what? The cough for a longer period of time. Continuously for a longer period of time, the person is suffering from cough. And bloody spitting. Sometimes in the spit, blood will also come. And emaciation means loss of weight. The person become very weak. And difficult in breathing. Little bit problem in breathing. So now we'll see the prevention and treatment. So the best prevention for tuberculosis is BCG vaccine. And isolation of patient means we have to keep the patient separate in one separate room. And regular medication like DOT. See, we have to keep the patient separately in the house and his utensils, materials, all we should have to keep separate, and directly we should not come in contact with the patient. And again we have to take this medication treatment, that is DOT. DOT means what? Direct observation treatment. So this program is run by our government health department. So in this program, the TB patients are given free of cost medicines and vaccine, and all the facilities are given to the patient so that we can overcome this problem. In our India, there is many patients of tuberculosis we find. Therefore, to overcome this problem of TB, our government is running this program that is called DOT. DOT means what? Direct Observation Treatment Program. Now we'll see next. Next disease is hepatitis. Generally we call hepatitis as jaundice. So this jaundice is caused by the microorganism pathogen, that is hepatitis virus, and they are of 5 types, that is hepatitis virus A, hepatitis virus B, hepatitis virus C, and hepatitis virus D, and hepatitis virus E. So these are the 5 types of hepatitis virus, and we can see this in the picture, that is hepatitis virus, and generally they attack the organ liver. Liver is get attacked by this hepatitis virus. And see mode of infection. How we get this disease? Through contaminated water, the water which contains germs of the hepatitis virus, and then sharing of needles or blood transfusion. See, for the patient in a need, if he is in a need, then blood is given, transfusion is done, other person's blood is given to the patient. So that time also there may be a chance of transfer of this virus also along with the blood. So we have to take care while blood transfusion. Symptoms. Symptoms are anorexia. Anorexia means what? Lack of appetite. Lack of appetite means nausea of food. Then yellow urine. General weakness, nausea, vomiting, grey stool. These are the symptoms of the disease hepatitis. And now prevention and treatment. Drinking boiled water. So whenever a person is suffering from jaundice, we have to give the patient boiled water. And proper cleaning of hands. So through our hands also germs may transfer. Therefore, we have to take care, cleanliness we have to maintain. So like this way we can avoid this hepatitis or jaundice. Now we'll study about the next one is dysentery. Dysentery means loose motions. So this dysentery is caused by different germs. That is, it may be caused by bacteria, virus or Shigella, bacilli, Entamoeba histolytica. See, in previous lesson we have studied about this Entamoeba histolytica. It comes in the group Protozoa. So it may also cause dysentery or loose motions. Usually during rainy season, if the water is not purified properly, then there is a chance of getting infection through this Entamoeba histolytica. Therefore, we have to boil the water during rainy season. And even due to food poisoning with bacteria, virus, then also there is a chance of getting dysentery. Mode of infection. Contaminated food and water. See, if the food is contaminated, it is containing germs. And if the water is also contaminated, then there is a chance of getting dysentery. Symptoms. The sign. Symptoms of this dysentery are watery stools, means the loose motions, pains in abdomen. And see, now what are the preventive measures? Preventive measures for dysentery are drinking of boiled water. We have to drink boiled water and proper storage of food. See, the food should be covered properly and it should be in a clean area, and we have to take care of the things. And we have to give to the patient ORS. ORS consumption. ORS means what? Oral rehydration solution. So this solution from time to time we have to give to the patient. So why we have to give this oral rehydration solution? Because due to continuous loose motions, watery stools, there is a loss of water from the body and there is a chance of dehydration. So therefore, to avoid this problem, you have to give to the patient ORS. And how we can prepare this ORS? So we can prepare at home also this ORS. Even in medical shops also we can get. So at home we can prepare with the help of, see, water. We have to boil the water and we have to little bit cool down, and then we have to add sugar and pinch of salt and some drops of lemon juice. And in this way, this ORS solution from time to time we have to give to the patient to avoid dehydration problem. So we can see in this picture the bacteria which is causing the dysentery. Usually our intestine is get affected by this dysentery. Okay. Now we'll study about the next disease, that is cholera. So cholera usually occurs during rainy season because the water is contaminated. It is not purified properly. Or even if there is a pilgrimage, that time also there also chances where the very crowd is there, many people are gathering together, that time also there is a chance of getting cholera. For example, Pandharpur Yatra pilgrimage, that is during Ashadhi Ekadashi, like this way. So during that, they are going to give treatment before only vaccine. So we'll see that the pathogen of cholera, that is Vibrio cholerae. This is caused by bacteria. Cholera is caused by bacteria. That Vibrio cholerae we can see in this picture. This is the Vibrio cholerae bacteria. And see the mode of infection. How we get this cholera? Due to contaminated food and water. And see symptoms of this disease are vomiting, severe diarrhea means loose motions, cramps in legs. We feel pain in the legs. We are not able to walk even little bit distance. So prevention and treatment for cholera. So following hygienic practices, cleanliness. You have to maintain, observe cleanliness. Avoiding open place food. So open place food usually it is not covered, and we can observe that houseflies were sitting on the food, and these houseflies are responsible for transferring the germs of cholera, that is Vibrio cholerae. Therefore, we have to avoid such uncovered open place food. We have to eat the food which is prepared at home, and we have to drink boiled water, and vaccination against cholera. These are the preventive measures for cholera. We have to follow them. Now we'll study about typhoid. So maybe in whatever diseases we are studying, maybe you are suffered from some of the diseases, then you are getting understood that what are the signs, what treatment is given to you, you can recall that. So the pathogen for typhoid is Salmonella typhi. It is a bacteria. So bacteria Salmonella typhi causes typhoid. So it occurs the infection through contaminated food and water. So symptoms: anorexia. Again, anorexia means what? Lack of appetite, means nausea. Headache, rash on abdomen. Red color rash will occur on the abdomen, chest, back. Like that way we can observe. And even dysentery will also occur. Fever is up to 104 degree Fahrenheit. See, it's very high fever will be observed in typhoid. So what are the preventive measures? Preventive measures are drinking clean water, and then vaccination, proper disposal of sewage. Sewage means the waste, whatever waste is there, that we have to dispose it properly. So in this way we can avoid the diseases. So you understood this, how the diseases spread. So to avoid, to keep our body healthy, we have to follow the preventive measures. Usually what are the preventive measures? We have to maintain hygienic conditions, cleanliness, and water. We have to drink clean water. If it is not clean, we have to boil the water and drink. And we have to take proper care about the food. It should be covered, it should be handled properly, and our surroundings, our house, you have to keep clean. Now you understood the lesson topic. So read the 2 pages of the lesson, that is page number 6 and page number 7 for better understanding. And see, previous first lesson homework also I have given. I think you have done that homework. Okay. So now do the lesson number 2 homework, that is learn and write definitions. Definition of health, diseases and infectious diseases. You have to learn the definitions and you have to write them in the classwork. And draw flow chart of types of diseases. That flow chart also you have to draw in the classwork. And write down preventive measures of tuberculosis and dysentery. Okay. Thank you.